Flashback news according to Nigerian national newspaper Daily Post, published on March 7, 2021, where a Nigerian playwright, novelist, poet, and essayist in the English language, said that, "It's madness to think Nigeria will work." Wole Soyinka. You can see the details in the description below. We shall proceed to listen to what he preached on Nigerian national newspaper Daily Post as follows.
Nobel laureate, Professor Wole Soyinka, on Saturday, restated his position on restructuring Nigeria, stating that the country cannot work under the current system of government. The Nigerian author made the assertion at the 2021 Obafemi Awolowo lecture titled, Within Nigeria, which was organized by the Obafemi Awolowo Foundation. Soyinka, who emphasized decentralization of power and governance, cited the current security challenges as one of the reasons Nigeria needed to be restructured. There is a consensus that this country, whether in terms of governance, economic relations, security, educational policy, cultural policy, etc., requires restructuring. Even the word restructuring has been restructured in many directions, in cogent expression which will mean the same thing for everybody. For me, for instance, I emphasize decentralization, reconfiguration. We all know what we have now is not working. It's obvious and we can't continue along the same line and say that it will work. It is sign of madness, he said. Recall that the elder statesman had in January 2021 urged the National Assembly to listen to calls for the restructuring of Nigeria, while lamenting the state of corruption in the country. According to him, the lawmakers had the powers and moral authority to respond to the calls if the presidency is not doing so. That was the story of Wole Soyinka in March 7, 2021 during the administration of Mohammed Buhari, who used Fulani killer herdsmen to terrorize the whole of Nigeria Islamic State. It is very unfortunate that today, the same Professor Wole Soyinka who don't believe in Nigeria dangerous diversity is now preaching one Nigeria, just because his tribal man by name Bola Tinubu from Yoruba ethnic group happened to find his way to by independent National Electoral Commission that helped Bola Tinubu to rig Nigerian presidential election 2023. It is on record that Bola Tinubu is a drug lord and was charged for money laundering in the United States of America. At the time Bola Tinubu picked presidential ticket to contest election, he filled the form which shown that he is not in possession of another country's passport whereas he had Togolese passport. He claimed he went to school but has no schoolmate or age mate anywhere. What a tragedy. Now let us understand and know who is Professor Wole Soyinka according to Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Akinwon Oluwo Babatunde Soyinka Honorable FRSL, Yoruba, Akinwon Oluwo Babatunde Yink, born July 13, 1934. Known as Wole Soyinka, is a Nigerian playwright, novelist, poet, and essayist in the English language. He was awarded the 1986 Nobel Prize in Literature, for in a wide cultural perspective and with poetic overtones fashioning the drama of existence, the first sub-Saharan African to be honored in that category. Soyinka was born into a Yoruba family in Abeokuta. In 1954, he attended Government College in Ibadan, and subsequently University College Ibadan and the University of Leeds in England. After studying in Nigeria and the UK, he worked with the Royal Court Theatre in London. He went on to write plays that were produced in both countries, in theatres and on radio. He took an active role in Nigeria's political history and its campaign for independence from British colonial rule. In 1965, he seized the Western Nigeria Broadcasting Service studio and broadcast a demand for the cancellation of the Western Nigeria regional elections. In 1967, during the Nigerian Civil War, he was arrested by the federal government of General Yakubu Gowon and put in solitary confinement for 2 years, for volunteering to be a non-government mediating actor. Soyinka has been a strong critic of successive Nigerian and African at-large governments, especially the country's many military dictators, as well as other political tyrannies, including the Mugabe regime in Zimbabwe. Much of his writing has been concerned with the oppressive boot and the irrelevance of the color of the foot that wears it. During the regime of General Sani Abacha, 1993-98, Soyinka escaped from Nigeria on a motorcycle via the Inadiko route. Abacha later proclaimed a death sentence against him in absentia. With civilian rule restored to Nigeria in 1999, Soyinka returned to his nation. In Nigeria, Soyinka was a professor of comparative literature, 1975 to 1999, at the Obafemi Awolowo University, then called the University of Ife. With civilian rule restored to Nigeria in 1999, he was made Professor Emeritus. While in the United States, he first taught at Cornell University as Goldwin Smith Professor for African Studies and Theater Arts from 1988 to 1991 and then at Emory University, where in 1996 he was appointed Robert W. Woodruff Professor of the Arts. Soyinka has been a professor of creative writing at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and has served as scholar-in-residence at New York University's Institute of African American Affairs and at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles, California. He has also taught at the universities of Cambridge, Oxford, Harvard, and Yale, and was also a distinguished scholar-in-residence at Duke University in 2008. In December 2017, Soyinka was awarded the Europe Theatre Prize in the Special Prize category, awarded to someone who has contributed to the realization of cultural events that promote understanding and the exchange of knowledge between peoples.